Hey, it's Dave Wyman from Wyman and Bob. Time to do a little football 101. Seahawks coming off a great 34-14 win on the road against Atlanta, NFC South team. Not sure how strong that division is, but the Atlanta Falcons had kind of feasted on some wins against New Orleans, Carolina, Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is pretty good, so maybe this is any time you get a win. You know, I'm just trying to gauge how important this win was, how big it was. Anytime on the road you get a 20-point win, that's huge. So, and I would ask the question, you know, what do you think about the Seahawks now? Because you know, it was pretty bleak there for a while. Now all of a sudden I'm looking back going, okay, I can't explain the New York Giant game, but you lost to the two participants of the NFC Championship game last year in Detroit and San Francisco. Going into this game, a lot of adversity, and we're going to take a look at Ken Walker's touchdown in the second quarter, 20-yard run. The thing I love about this play, you got two rookies on the right-hand side. It's going to be a 20-yard touchdown by Ken Walker. And also you've got a running back who is sick as a dog. So I love that. And I told the story about how one time in a Sunday night game, I played against the Raiders and I had like 103-degree temperature. And for whatever reason, it just kind of sharpened me a little bit. Like I knew I had to play really hard. Ended up having a good game. And by the end of the game, actually, my fever was gone. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes when you have that, you kind of step up your game a little bit. Same thing with the rookies. I mean, these two guys, Christian Haynes and Michael Jarrell, do a great job blocking here. And I love that the Seahawks just kind of went with those two guys. Like, yeah, they're rookies, and Jarrell's from a Division II team, and we talked a lot about him this week. They're just going to go with them and see, hey, let's see how they do. And they both do a great job blocking on this play. And also you're going to see Ken Walker break an angle, which is pretty impressive. He's one of the better running backs in the league. All right, you can see here you've got A.J. Barner, who is lined up on the left-hand side there. And, you know, he had a couple of plays that were kind of iffy, but another rookie out on the field there, and he's in kind of a Y flex position there. But this run is going to go to the right, and what you're going to see is that both of these guys, Jarrell and Haynes, they adjust their blocking as the play develops. You're going to see here is, first of all, I think the biggest adjustment is Christian Haynes. He's got the defender on his right-hand side, and he just sticks with him like glue. It's really impressive. And then you can see that Michael Jarrell already in a pretty good spot right there. And we'll see this later, but I always talk about the run game. And for running backs, you're looking for whatever color the pants are. They're silver here. We're looking for a hallway of silver butts. And that's what you're looking for, really. When you get defenders that are turned, and we'll see a little more dramatic version of that here in a second, that's where you want to run. And K9 starts on this side, which makes it really tough, but he cuts it all the way back. And so, you know, we saw on this play, Christian Haynes, the defender was on his right side, and now he makes a move to the inside. And as you can see, Christian Haynes does a really good job of adjusting as the play goes, and then you see K9 is starting to read that block and knows that he can get outside. And then Jarrell just entirely, and that's where I talk about the two rear ends right there. You're running right in between there. And that's the thing with our run defense is that, you know, you see a lot of that. And when you see that, there's a crease for the running back. These guys need to be in a position where they're square to the line of scrimmage. And, you know, this guy is pretty much, but Haynes kind of has some momentum going. He's going to wash him down inside, and then Michael Jarrell just with great positioning right there. And here you go. There's your hallway right there. And Jarrell had this guy maxed out pretty much the entire time. But this was really impressive by Christian Haynes, of a guy starting off on this side and then cutting back this way, and he just sticks with him. And now you've got here really just one guy to beat in the safety, and we'll see that Ken Walker has, I think, surprising speed. A lot of people around the NFL don't realize how fast he is. And here we go. We're looking at what looks like a defender that's in a pretty good position to make this tackle. And, you know, he's pretty much head up. You can see he's got, you know, his hands out a little bit. He's kind of trying to settle a little bit so in case K9 breaks back. But K9, is just even with this guy right here, and we'll see his speed beat this defensive back. And here he is. I mean, he's already separated a couple 3 yards there. I like to say a couple 3 to the outside, and there's some space between him and the safety right there. DK is blocking Terrell, who was a first rounder a few years ago, and DK was kind of having some fun with him. He just sort of straight arms him with one arm, and I'm pretty sure Terrell doesn't really see the running back there, and so he starts to play hard, but DK kind of just shoves him to the side, and you see the blazing speed here by Ken Walker. Pretty amazing that he was head up on this safety, and now he's 2-3 yards to the outside. So K9 obviously scores here, and like I said, a really big win, and especially impressive on this play. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this play is you talk about adversity and getting things done. You got a sick running back who had 2 touchdowns, one running and one with a brilliant catch. And then you've got a guy from a Division II school. I love this story with Michael Jarrell, and if we're gonna talk about him today, about how he was at Findlay, was a Division II school in Ohio. He had a chance to go into the transfer portal, and he said he didn't want to do that because he wanted the coaches at Findlay actually, to get the credit for what he does. So it was pretty impressive. But and then you see Christian Haynes, who was a little bit higher draft choice, but 2 rookies there getting it done, a sick running back, and you got to love that. And that's how you win on the road.